Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Options Trader Today. So today in this video I will explain you how the price of gold has moved in 2022 and how the price of gold can move in 2023. See, if you look at the chart of gold, what you have seen that gold is currently trading upside since 2 months. Okay, and if you look at this particular chart, what we have seen, it has already made a high of around $1833.33 and from there now trading at around 1799.23. Okay, one important thing that you have to understand here is that the pattern forming in the gold, that is 2012 to 2020, this pattern is forming. Okay, these are the resistance. Okay, 1922 was this 2076 is a big resistance. Okay, and this level is already being tested twice, so it is already being a weak resistance. This pattern is forming from 2020 to 2022. Okay, after that there is a continuous downfall. Okay, and if you look at this particular chart, what we have seen, these levels, these resistance are being tested here, and these resistance are weak resistance. After that there is a sharp fall. Okay, and one important thing that you have to note that 1613 is a strong support. Before it was not tested here, now it is being tested 2-3 times, so chances are very high that if it comes close to this level, it can fall further down. Okay, so what you can see looking at this particular chart, suppose if the price sustain this particular level, or chances are high because we can see a opposite cup pattern is forming, so chances are very high that we can see it can move further upside. Okay, suppose if the price sustain this particular level, then we can see it can go towards a level of around 1811, and from there we can see after 1811 we can see it can go further upside, and a probability of going towards a level of around 1851 is there, because a level of around 1833 is already being tested here 2-3 times, so chances are very high if it sustain above a level of 1811, then chances are very high we can see it can move further upside and cross a level of 1833, and a probability of touching 1854 is there. Okay, and suppose if the price sustain above that particular level, we can see it can move further upside towards the price sustain above this particular level, then chances are very high we can see it can move further high and can touch a level of 1876, and this 1876 already being tested here and a weak resistance, so chances of moving further upside is there. We can see it can go further upside of 1876 and can touch a level of around 1904. So you have to keep this in mind. Once it sustain our level of 1876, we can see a level of 1904. Okay, and once it sustain 1904, then we can see a level of 1915. This again a weak resistance, so chances of moving further upside is there. We can see it can go towards a level of 1933. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. This level is already a weak resistance, so chances of touching a level of 1933 is there, and from there we can see it can go further upside towards a level of around 1961, and once the price sustain above that particular level, then we can see it can go towards a level of $2001. Okay, and if that level sustain, then we can see it can cross and go towards a level of 2069 and then further upside, because this level is already being a weak resistance, so chances are very high if the price sustain $22K, then probability of moving further upside is there. Okay, but understand something, that if this level didn't sustain and this is the zone, once it moves below this particular zone, chances are very high that it can go further down. And you have to understand that the price, if you look at the price from 2022, that the price is quite volatile for gold, and 2021 it was in the range. Okay, so suppose if it forms swing at this particular level, what you can see that it can come down towards a level of around $1761. Okay, and from there 1761 it can come down towards a level of around 61, it can come down towards a level of 1747 to a level of 1736. Okay, and once the price fall below this particular level, we can see it can go towards its next support of $1701, and from there we can see it can move further low towards a level of around 1690, and once the price goes below that particular level, chances of touching 1679 is there, and this 1679, keep this in mind, that 1679 is a weak support, so chances of moving further low is there, and a probability is very high it can touch a level of around 1613. And 1613, as I have already explained you, to keep a note of it, that once the price comes close to this level, chances are high that it can move further low, and a probability it can go towards a level of 1562, and if the price goes below that particular level, we can see a level of 1547, and if it falls below that particular level, then we can see it can go further down towards a level of around 1462, and then further if the price didn't sustain that level. Okay, if the price fall below 1500, I'll make another video explaining with this. Okay, so now this is as per the monthly video, but if you look at the chart from yearly basis, if you look at the video of gold from year wise charts, what you can see that since 2 years it is continuously moving down. Otherwise what we have seen in 2020 January 2022 we have seen a green candle was forming. After that these 2 years we have seen red candles are forming. So probability is very high. It is at a strong resistance. So if it sustain, we can see it can go further upside towards a level of 1924, and from there we can see it can go towards 1964. And once it sustain 1964 as per the chart, we can see it can cross a level of $2080 and then it can move further upside. But if the price didn't sustain this level, we can see a next support coming at around $1704, and from there we can see it can touch a level of 1685, and from there we can see it can go towards a level of 1611, and once the price fall below that level, then we can see it can touch a level of $1552, and from there we can see a level of 1445, and then further if the price didn't sustain. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. Once it fall below a level of 1557, then a chances of touching 1430 is there, and to a level of 1401 it will come in this zone. Any doubt regarding this, you can mail me. I've given the mail IDs in the description. So hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please give a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please